It's a comic book movie in which the villain is essentially Estee Lauder. We saw Catwoman, so you know what that means. Hey everybody, it's time for How Did This Get Made's Matinee Monday. We are talking about Halle Berry's Catwoman this week, and boy, oh boy, what an insane film. This is one of my favorite bad superhero films. We're talking about a character who in the comics is bad, but in the movie is a good guy. She becomes a Catwoman because her cat made out with her when she is dead. There's a basketball game in here that makes no sense because it's not like that old adage, oh, cats are good with basketballs. No, this movie makes no sense. Stay for the sushi scene. Sharon Stone is amazing. She's the only one who knows what this movie is actually trying to be. But take a listen to this clip from our episode of Catwoman. The whole reason why she dies is because she needs to get an ad done by midnight, and so no messengers can deliver it to the headquarters.
Which is also the factory.
Which is
why, that's the other thing, is like, why couldn't she...
Why do they need to bring it to the factory?
I don't know.
Which she wasn't even there for.
It's also kind of on an island?
Yeah, the factory's on an island.
And it's also like a basement lab is the only place she can wander into.
Yes.
She's like, I gotta drop off these designs. I might as well go to a secret basement lab.
And there are clearly security guards all the way around because they come chasing after her.
Yeah.
They
No
don't
alarms.
stop her.
No
and
alarms.
she sneaks in through the back way. And she uncovers the plot that where they say the skin cream eats away your flesh. And this is a bad skin cream. Like, well, fuck it, we need to release it.
By the way, it's one of the best scenes because there's a scientist there who's, I guess, testing this cream.
Yeah.
Who says, like, look, you guys, I can take a lot of things. He's like, I've lived with the headaches it causes. I've lived with the addiction. I've lived with the side effects, the nausea. He's like, I cannot live with this. Who is this guy that he can live with any of that?
Yeah.
But he can't live with their face being
with the
decomposed.
disfiguration, yeah.
I also, again, like the stakes of just releasing a beauty cream. Like, to what... Why so
in
important?
what world is
No.
this that important? It's like I've never seen Clinique take over like the news.
You know what? I
pages.
actually thought it was really offensive because I felt like they were taking his female like superhero and then making her have to deal with something that was like
girl
related. It's like she couldn't actually do anything that was real.
Catwoman is in the comics, and I know they're not adhering to any comic thing. Like, is a villain. You know, she's a thief. She steals stuff. She's like a bad guy.
She's a cat burglar.
She's a cat burglar, exactly. And to make her be like a good guy who's like rescuing women from like a beauty product is absolutely so demeaning.
See, I didn't know that about Catwoman because I was thinking that the whole time, like, is she good or bad?
Yeah.
Because she does steal,
I knew she was
but then
bad.
she gives it back, but then she does keep that necklace.
That's why they had to make that was the only way to flesh this out, I guess, in some way. Because honestly, like,
it takes like 20 minutes to get to the bad guys.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
This movie is 9 hours long.
Yeah,
it's very long.
It's very long for an 88-minute movie or whatever. It's like 103 minutes, but it feels like a lifetime. It is crazy.
But I think that's interesting when talking about the whole feminist nature of it.
That's the rest of the podcast should be a feminist appraisal of the movie Catwoman.
Yay, June, party time!
I'm up for it.
But is that I didn't know watching. I'm like, so who is this for, and who do they think it's for? The whole movie. I'm like, so who is the audience that they think they're getting it? They think they obviously want to get superhero people.
Yeah, like fanboys.
Right, fanboys and then fangirls up to an age when that doesn't necessarily stay or for the some women that it stays for, but let's speak in generals. And then is it for women?
No.
Because it's also like, or they think it's for women,
sexy.
Right? But they think like, but it is power. So
the love story with Benjamin.
Boy.
But
did
that's
this
what was
destroy
really
his
offensive
career?
though about the movie to me too, because it's like they spent more time sexualizing her.
Oh my God.
In these super
when she first becomes the Catwoman and she gets in the costume, they have about a 1.5 minute long tracking shot that just kind of spins around her body, and you're just looking at this costume.
And she looks amazing.
Yep.
She
Amazing.
looks
It's amazing.
Amazing, but her
But what are her powers?
I don't.
Her powers are the power of a cat, and then also
Which
the
is?
powers of crazy things.
Yeah.
So she can sneak out of a prison by contorting her body because cats have very flexible bodies. She can land on her feet all the time.
We see that happen a lot.
And then you first see her powers, like
The heightened senses.
Heightened senses. But do cats have like crazy senses like that, where they see birds really closely, or like dogs?
How about they're gross cats for 1 second, and they do. I did think it was both funny and appalling when she was eating the fucking tuna fish.
That was disgusting. I wrote
disgusting.
that. I wrote that down.
down.
I was like, what the fuck is
The hottest woman in the world could be eating tuna fish,
on her
and
bed.
it's not sexy.
Every time she's eating, and she's also eating sushi with Benjamin Brett, it's like she
like that
can't
scene, you guys. I
control
laughed.
herself. She's like,
Again, a lot of work. There was a lot of acting coach working here, and Halle Berry does talk in her Razzie speech about working with her acting coach on this part, which is true.
I loved all the cat physicalization.
What?
Though. I loved it, you guys. I loved it.
June.
I'm sorry. I
She-
loved
you know
it.
what?
I loved all of the physical stuff. I loved her licking that milk.
No!
I did too.
Oh,
And then her
wonderful.
lipstick being perfect. That to me was a good
loved it.
superhero moment.
I loved
Well, we
it.
didn't even talk about the fact that when after she gets transformed to the Catwoman, she goes from this girl who's like, oh, I'm Patience Phillips, to Rihanna.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Her next look is full on Rihanna.
Yeah.
Rihanna and her dress, the hair is exactly the same.
Yep.
I think Rihanna is stealing from Catwoman.
Well, she has to because it's dated.
It's the same thing, yeah.
But what's crazy is when you suggested that when Catwoman came up, my immediate thought was like, oh, that from the 90s, that film.
Yeah.
It is only from 2005.
Yeah.
Why does it
Whoa,
feel?
wait.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know this.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought this was like 1997.
2005.
No.
guys.
Yeah.
Wait,
no.
what?
Why is
what?
this? I don't know.
This movie is
What?
recent.
She won the Academy Award and then did this
And
movie.
then
This was the
did
next
this
movie.
Wait, so she... Okay, but she won Monsters
Ball.
Monsters Ball like in...
2004.
4?
And then used the clout to get this done.
See, what's a bummer about this is like I actually think it could have been a really cool,
You're wrong.
amazing.
Yes.
I think it could
I
have
agree.
been amazing.
Well, if they actually
movie.
adhered to what Catwoman is,
Oh, yes.
Michelle
and I
Pfeiffer's
think
good.
Halle Berry could have done it.
I think it's
but
interesting
just
that
not-
girl with the dragon tattoo is so in the zeitgeist right now, because I think that if that came out first, then this would be kind of an amazing concept. Because I think I think that there is something very similar. I don't know why. I haven't formed the words that connect
Right.
any of these thoughts.
What's
However,
the good and bad?
and also that leathery kind of like misfit thing. Like that should be our fucking Catwoman.
Well, there is like that's an era. This movie and Elektra are the two movies in which they make such dread. It is truly missteps of like comic movies, completely misunderstanding how
Yep.
to represent women
Oh,
in
yes.
movies,
Yeah.
and market towards their audience that way.
And-
Like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, or even like Columbiana, like all of these like female-centric action movies or movies that have like an intensity to them are much more like they're richer stories.
Absolutely.
Like I think because
Yeah.
these are comic books, people are like, well, it's just for fanboys. Put her in a sexy outfit, have her jump
and
around the
run
rooftops.
around. Yeah, she's not safe. There's no crime. You don't get the sense.
No, there's
like,
no
at
mission.
the end of the
There's nothing.
movie, like she's going to continue to be Catwoman, but there's no
No.
crime to it. Like,
No.
what is she going to do? She's going to fight what?
I
don't-
feel like she and Sharon Stone, who is so fucking good in this movie.
This is like her comeback
yeah,
movie, or
and you know
wanting
what?
to be
Great.
a comeback movie.
Should have been. She's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She does exactly what she's
doing it.
supposed to do. She
She's
is
doing
fucking
it.
gorgeous. She's a wonderful villain. She is not oddly not overacting. I don't think. I feel like that is just
I
She's
agree
one
with
of
you.
the only people who understands the movie she's in.
exactly.
The full episode of Catwoman right now is available wherever you stream How Did This Get Made. Take a listen, take a watch. And if you like this little video series, we do these every single Monday. You can get a taste of all old How Did This Get Made episodes that we are pulling from the vault and putting it back in the stream for you. So like, subscribe, listen to our podcast. And by the way, if you like superheroes, then you're going to love what we're doing over at Unspooled, which is also an exploration of superheroes. We're talking about Superman. We're talking about the new Hyperbod movie, RRR, and Jackie Chan's Super Cop, which is Police Story 3. So check out the bad and the good of heroes between How Did This Get Made and Unspooled. Like, subscribe, and do that same for the podcast, I guess. You know how this works. I don't have to tell you.